Bang, bang. We're late, so there is no intro. How's my sound? Do I sound good? I didn't even check my mic. I'm running behind time. I didn't even check. Does it sound good? Does it sound okay? Do I sound like I'm underwater? Do I sound like I'm right next to you? You let me know. There is no intro video because I'm late. Someone tell me. Someone tell me. Anybody tell me if the mic is working. You know what? I'm just going to go test it myself because you guys can't be. Let me test on my own. It's working. There we go. Sorry, guys. My colon hit me with some unexpected news, and for that reason, we're 10 minutes late. But big up to you. Big up to everybody in the house. Big up, Bob. Bob, how we doing? Yes. In me, we suck. Mr. Jazz Hands. Why you call me Mr. Jazz Hands? You call me gay? Are you calling me gay, Krusty? Big up, Bailey. MK Toe. Yep. Yes. Big up. Bro, I'm not leaving the house today, so yeah, it's got some holes. It's got some holes. Not leaving the house, though, so. I don't care that it has holes. Fucking blow me. As the title suggests, we are in a civil war. Apparently, there's a civil war going on. I don't know about you guys, but that felt a lot like the Treaty of Versailles, you know? Felt a lot like we were just there to pay our respects and say, oh, I respect you, and hey, I respect you, and I think your opinion's this, I think your opinion's that, but we all respect each other. Which is fine. You know, it's not my channel. And as you guys know here, I don't exactly use clean language. You know, I'm not exactly PG rated. Between my metaphors and my choice of words, I don't necessarily mince them or censor myself. But when I go other places, I do. Because it's important that if you have your own channel, you can talk how you want. But you don't talk however you want on someone else's. You know, you don't say whatever you want on someone else's platform. You have to respect their platform. So I tried to keep it as clean as possible. No, bro, there was the whole Civil War on Matt's show. There was like fucking 12 different creators there. It was last night. And basically my takeaway is that anyone who's Arnie Slot in is the kind of person who would buy a lottery ticket and think that they would win. You know? They're just blind faith. There is, I have, again, I have yet to find a single human being on the planet who can articulate anything to me other than hope as to why I should back the manager. Hope, which is fine. Like, if you want to have that stance, have that stance. But don't blow smoke up my ass. Say what you think. Just be honest and tell me that it's just faith. You don't have reasons. Hold on. Thanks to my brother. Family comes first. Sorry, guys. Had to text the bro. Bro, don't even get me started. I had to fucking watch that because Staffy and Jacob went on. Bro, this guy, first of all, he gets there, and for 45 minutes, he's answering a question of why do you like what's one thing you love and one thing you hate about content creation. He spent 45 minutes drunkenly telling us that he's not drunk and that it's about having his own platform and that he hates other people. Every time this guy gets backed into a corner, he goes, "This is why I have my own channel, man." Yeah, because you want your own fucking echo chamber with your own people who only agree with you. Is it odd that the only people he ever consistently converses with are people that align with his views? I try to talk to as many people as I disagree with because I want an argument. I don't agree with Hussam on a lot, but I go on a show every Friday because I love a debate. I love to smash people. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll happily admit it, but I'm not often wrong. And I don't mean to sound like an asshole there, but the proof is in the fucking pudding. I just found it funny that he'd be like, "I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. Don't sit there and tell me I'm drunk." You know? And also, that was a charity stream, and there were a bunch of people who were in Jamaica who were on that panel. Why are you talking so much? Shut the fuck up for 2 seconds and let these other people who aren't big creators, who are there to support the cause, fucking speak. Like what a dick. These guys couldn't get a fucking word in because you're talking in circles about some bullshit that you do on your own channel. Shut the fuck up. You know, my dad doesn't agree. My dad doesn't agree. Yeah, blow it out your fucking ass, bro. Bro, Tom was there for like 2 fucking seconds. He dipped before any of us could even get in there. Listen, big up to Asim. He does tactical breakdowns. He knows what he's talking about. But I think that the difference is that Asim is just looking at what is going on. He's very good at identifying what is happening on the pitch. But where I have my disagreements with him is why. I have like my biggest disagreement with him is not what's actually occurring, it's why it's occurring. I mean, you tried to bring up Ryan Gravenberch dropping into the midfield, dropping into our half during build-up in like the 50th minute as a, well, we did it. I'm like, okay, but we were 2-0 down when we started to do it. That doesn't justify the first 45 minutes. Again, every single argument that I hear from someone who backs Slot, basically they pull an Arnie Slot, right? They dress something up with, we made all these mistakes. We made all these mistakes. But I think that he can fix them because once we go 2-0 down, he fixes them. I'm like, okay, but again, you're just ignoring the problem of why did these mistakes happen to begin with? And why are they the same every week? Again, no, I love that when I bring the point, this is my favorite point that has never been countered yet. And if anyone can counter it, please counter. But I have not heard a single person counter it. Name me a single unique problem to this season that did not exist last season. If there are no unique problems, then the introduction of new players are not causing new problems. Therefore, they are not the problem. Does that make sense? If the foundation of my room is collapsing and I put a nail into my wall, would the nail cause my room to collapse? Or would the foundation already being crippled be the cause of the collapse of my room? Again, it's not my platform. I'm not going to use language that is going to get someone else demonetized. I don't give a shit about being demonetized on this. I couldn't give a flying fuck, but this is my platform and that's my choice. I'm not going to go on someone else's platform and make that choice for them If they give me the liberty to speak as I want to speak, I will speak as I want to speak. But if they say nothing, I will assume, copy their rhetoric. If they don't curse, I won't curse. Simple. I don't know who the fuck does. What is life without debate? Listen, he's very good at analyzing, but I think that where we disagree with is I think where we disagree with is why it's happening. Gucci'd up, yes, I do have 40 screenshots. We literally sat here after the game and we went through them. And I had more. I didn't even look at the second half because I just got tired of looking at the same thing over and over. How many times after a game the following day do I pull up the footage and do I show you guys frame by frame? Now, I obviously can't play it, but I will take it off the screen, move the frame, put it back on the screen. I think anyone who watches this channel knows that I provide evidence. Obviously, I don't expect every person on a panel to be watching me, so I don't expect every person on a panel to be, aware of the evidence that I have brought forth. And also, that's a little bit unfair if I went on a panel of 10 people and I just took over and I said, "All right, guys, time for my dissertation. Here's a bunch of evidence." That wouldn't be fair. 2000. 2000 would be the thing that comes after 1000. Um, hey, what up? Have you ever been there? Have you ever been there? It's because Slot believes in whatever this bullshit is that he's pushing to the players. Slot believes in a 3-1-0-6. Slot believes in vacating the midfield and build up. Slot believes that we can just bypass a mid block with 4 players. It's arrogance. It's arrogance that he thinks that these players are capable of doing that. He's arrogant to think that that would even work in the Premier League. He's arrogant to think that any player is capable of that. Fans are arrogant to think that if Mark Gahey were here, that would somehow solve the problem. They're arrogant to think that if Adam Morton were here, that would somehow solve the problem. They're arrogant to think that if Semenyo were here, that would somehow solve the problem. But of course, that's been recently dispelled by Fabrizio Romano as being highly unlikely to happen in January. It's arrogance. It's arrogance over and over and over from the people who defend him and him himself. At the end of the day, I have seen the same thing for 11 Premier League games. In the Premier League, I have not seen us change our style. I believe that Everton were they were sheepish in the first half and they didn't press us high and they didn't overload the midfield. So we took advantage and we pressed them back and they sat in a low block. Aston Villa did the same. I think that if you look at Bournemouth, well, we conceded 2 goals, and that's because of our complete lack of midfield structure and possession. So there you go. Newcastle set pieces. Again, I'm not going to sit here and listen to the argument of, well, it's becoming a set piece league. I have height. I have Cody Gakpo. I have Ryan Gravenberch. I have Ibrahima Konate. I have Virgil van Dijk. I have 4 very tall, very physical players who should be able to deal with set pieces. On set pieces, maybe I'll hear the argument of individual errors, but why is it happening consistently and why is no one addressing it? But again, that's not an excuse that you can just sit on. City also played less long balls than everyone else, so that dispelled that whole idea of arrogance. And after every game, Arne Slot points to bullshit and uses it as an excuse, but then says it's not an excuse. That's arrogance. That's you basically saying it's not my fault. This is the reason why. I think it's bullshit, bro, because I don't think the formation changes anything, dude. Like, what you put on paper doesn't change. No matter what I have on paper, I know that I'm going to drop into a back 3 and build up. And I know that I'm going to have a single pivot. And even if I do have a second player, I know that there's going to be a break in between those 2 midfielders. They're not going to be side by side. They're not going to be in the center of the park. And I also know that the rest of the team is going to stretch. Again, the biggest issue with our buildup, it isn't even down to like the amount of players. It's the fact that when Konate has the ball and he's carrying it forward, the rest of the team moves forward with him. Like, you're getting ahead of yourself. Compact. Same problem that Jurgen Klopp guys, it's insane the parallels in our possession struggles with Arne Slot and Jurgen Klopp. They're like 1 to 1. Yeah, it was a chill debate. I just wanted some more heat. No, I ain't putting money in merch. I just like you can't name a center back on earth who you could just slot into this team, no pun intended, and he'll just fix the buildup. That's such bullshit. And I think the thing that really pissed me off is that you started to attack the ability of our players. I mean, basically, Asim's argument is our players aren't good enough to play this style of football, which in itself inherently would be okay. If you think the players aren't good enough to play this style of football, then why is the manager after 11 games continually trying to play this style of football? Again, your excuse and your reason is only further fueling the fact that he is incompetent. He does believe in the vagina ball. Big up. I don't know if I'd call myself a YouTuber yet. Um, it's fucking cope, dude. Yeah. But again, Ekitike and Isak aren't going to be on the pitch at the same time, but Soposite counts too. Dude, I know. They overloaded the midfield. Did anyone ask themselves why? Did anyone ask themselves like, well, why are we conceding so many set pieces? Why do we concede so many throws? Why do we concede so many quarters? Why do we concede possession? Why do we make these mistakes? No, I don't give a fuck. Soboslai is class. Listen, I stand my base. I'm standing my base. About my blood clot young. About my blood clot young. I'm not going to talk about Arsenal. I don't watch Arsenal like that. Um, why would I sit here and chat shit about a team that I don't watch every single week in, week out? But I will say that they have a very good defense, and they are scoring goals this season. And I don't think that Sunderland is just like some sort of blip. I think Sunderland played very well. I think that Arsenal were unfortunate. Zubamendi hit the post. They missed a couple of other chances. Um, and that's a very tough stadium to go to. It's a very hostile atmosphere, and Sunderland are a very cohesive unit. They play as one. And right now, Liverpool don't play as one. Again, I think like the biggest problem at this football club is that we don't have a cohesive unit. We don't have organization. It's not like the best football clubs in the world act like a single organism. They're one, right? Wouldn't you say? It's like it's 11 men on a pitch, but they make up one single entity, and that entity, it's cohesive. It's organic. There's organization. It moves, it flows as one. And we don't do that. When I look at us in possession, I see a bunch of individuals waiting for the game to come to them, not trying to make space for the game to be made. Fuck no, dude. Those are a waste of money. I'm reserving my first time for seeing this football club at Anfield or a Champions League final. Either one. Did you take a piss in your snow cone this morning? What was for breakfast? Ice with a side of shit? Did you wake up this morning with icicles on your pubes? How's the heating going? Is it still light outside? Big up Logic. Um, Salah is the biggest problem with Liverpool. Again, if you really isolate Mo in the majority of the game, like he's being asked to do something consistently that I don't think is fair. I don't think it's fair to consistently isolate him on the wing and just say, "Hey, buddy, make it happen." Like he doesn't often have a lot of help to the inside. He doesn't often have an overlapping and underlapping runner. Very often he's double teamed, if not triple teamed. Pause. And the everyone who needs to get the box is piled up in the same area. So has he been poor? Yeah. Has he been poor in front of goal? Yeah. But like, is he being put in a position to play confident football? No. No. And players aren't doing him any favors when they don't finish the chances he creates. So again, like he's not been good, but at the same time, I have to ask myself, is he being put in a position to be good? And I think the answer is no. So there's many crimes that Arnie Slot has committed, and one of them is without a doubt the fact that Federico Chiesa can't see the pitch. Calm down, Wesley. We just need to play like a fucking team. We don't play like a team, dude. We just play like a bunch of individuals. We don't play like a team. Listen, bro. So I know it's on Jamie's channel. We'll see. We'll see. Again, I can't get so heated because I don't want to like demonetize someone. I could say whatever I want here. I could say fuck, shit, cunt, ass. I don't care. But that's because this is my channel. Slot is the biggest problem. He's also the only solution. Let me go back to something. Let me go back to a video. You guys can fact check me because I'm going back to the video. Go. Hang on. On October 6th, 2025, I went on stream and I titled it Arnie Slot is the problem and solution. Over a month ago, who did we play? Who did we play? So October 6th is 2 days after the Chelsea game. 2 days after the Chelsea game, I go live and I say, Arnie Slot is the problem and solution. Funny enough, that only has 366 views. Big up to me. But either way, we were there a month ago. No one watching us saying this exact thing. He is the biggest problem. He is the solution to that problem. And now, a month later, you have everyone saying the same thing. Because he ain't going anywhere. Hey, big up to Khan. First time here. We preferred it under. Listen, bro, negativity breeds excellence. The only reason why we stream so consistently is because life sucks so much. I know the Verts is so forced. It's amazing what happens when guys don't finish chances that a man creates, and when you basically tell someone who plays in one position in a certain system to play in a completely different position in a completely fucked up system and expect it to just magically fucking work. Fuck out of here, bro. Oh, he isn't physical enough. Yeah, well, you don't have the fucking eyes to watch the sport, you fucking moron. Shut the fuck up. Move on. Go watch baseball, you dumb fucking bitch. Not you. Salah? Salah creates many chances. Who set up Cody Gakpo's chance in front of Thibaut Courtois? Again, that's the only one that it's the first one that comes to my mind. But there's many chances that he has created. I know that this is the problem. We've gone to the polar opposite. We had the polar extreme of intensity. Now we have the polar extreme of lethargy. Why the fuck can't we just find a fucking middle ground? And also, enough of this bullshit. Like, I love this whole narrative that the slot inners are doing. And be like, we're not Chelsea. You know, we don't do a manager merry-go-round. You know, we deal with the managers that we get. Shut the fuck up, you fucking bitch. All that means is that you can't come to a fucking decision. So you sit there and you hope, you blind fuck. Suck my dick. Weak ass fucking argument. I don't want to be Chelsea. I want to fucking win. I want a dictator. I want a leader. I want an obsessive monster, not some lethargic, honest Dutch piece of shit. Dude, our fucking offensive strategy is so obvious. Get the ball to Cody, get the ball to Mo. Guys, try your best to win an ISO. If it doesn't work, cross it to no one or kick it backwards. Sick. We're going to win a fucking Prem like that. Who wins the World Cup? I don't give a fuck. Probably, I mean, anyone but England. That's what we did. Headless chicken. I know. It's total fucking bullshit. You know, it's amazing, Nems, that I answered that for you. It's not fucking coming home. All right. Daddy left in the 60s. He ain't ever coming back. I love that all England fans do is say, he's coming home. He's coming home. Daddy's coming home. Yeah. Guess what? He left for milk, got a pack of cigs, and said, you know what? Fuck this kid. I'm moving to Mexico. You're fucked. He's never coming back. I would trust a lot of people more than Arnie fucking Slot. I'm already falling so fucking far behind. Um, I know, what a dickhead. And he brings on Joe Gomez. Again, guys, the substitutions only show you they ain't there to affect games. They're there to mitigate injuries. Cuckball. Um, I have very little confidence, very little, because of the fact that I see the same thing every week. Again, I ask you if a fucking mustached dickhead from Los Angeles can sit here and convince a bunch of people of what's going wrong, how is it that the people who get paid millions of dollars a week can't A, see that, and B, change anything week to week? That's it. I don't know how the fuck that's poetic, Wesley, but thank you. Um, I know, right? I love that people use it's like all the slot interviews are like, look at what we did against Madrid. I'm like, you're only furthering my argument because he didn't do any of that against City. So what you're telling me is that for one game he can change, and then the next game he goes back to his original philosophy. And you ignore the fact that he says that he changed his beliefs to win the game. Why don't you just change your beliefs every fucking game and maybe you'd win? Stop trying to instill Arnie Slotball and just win the game. The problem is he's not a stupid person. He's not stupid. He's arrogant and he has a massive ego. He's not dumb. The reason why he's not dumb is because he did the double over City last season. He won the Premier League. He beat Madrid and Leverkusen and all these other teams. He was good against PSG in that second leg. We just got unlucky. When he needs to change, he changes and it's beyond effective. But he just doesn't do that on a week to week basis. And that's my issue. Stop trying to instill your football that doesn't work and treat every game like you're playing Madrid. 100%, bro. We don't put the ball into the back of the net. Florian Wirtz is not the problem. Everyone can suck my dick. 0014 up my ass. I don't give a fuck. I shouldn't have said up my ass. I should have said up your ass. But I'm fucking riffing. Hey, big up Lethabo. Hope I said that right. Yeah, listen, I don't give a shit. He'll be fine. Yeah, fuck that shit. There are no here, you know what? You wanna know my fucking stance to all these motherfuckers who say we bought the wrong profile of player? I tell you this, you didn't buy the wrong profile of player. You're setting up a system that no profile of player on the planet fixes. Your system is the problem, not the fucking players. Suck my dick. Bro, our defense is not the problem. It's our midfield. The back four is not the problem at the football club. The problem at the football club is that you vacate the midfield both in the press and in the build-up. So you're leaving the middle of the park to be fucked. You will die if you live by this fucking code. We live by this sword, we die by this sword. It's that simple. You wonder why we conceded 2 goal leads so consistently? Well, because we would vacate the fucking midfield. It is not a defensive issue, it is a midfield issue. Every single issue at this football club at its root cause begins and ends in the midfield. Everything else is a symptom. You want to be a symptom-based analyst? Go be a symptom-based analyst. Go give someone some Tylenol to try to cure their fucking tumor. That's fine. I don't want to do that. God, I'm fucking far behind. I'm gonna have to skip over some of these guys. I'm sorry. It's not coming home. Daddy's not coming home. I failed miserably. No, I was being respectful because it's not my fucking channel. And there's 10 other people. I can't just sit there and dominate the conversation. I have to be respectful to other people's words. And I can't speak the way that I want to speak because I can't get your channel demonetized because that's disrespectful to the man who's hosting the fucking debate. So how dare you, Chris? Shut the fuck up, you fake model. No, I got a flabby tummy and I'm hairy. Uh, yeah, well, they don't take risks because they're told to play pragmatic, bitch-made, fuckboy, vagina ball. Hey, don't call people cunts in my chat. Calm down, Chris. They're barking up the wrong tree today. I ain't dealing with your fucking shit. Hey, big up chemo. Degenerate? Degenerate? How about you suck me, you bitch? How's that for fucking degenerate? You know what? I ain't in the fucking mood today. I ain't in the fucking mood. I ain't in the fucking mood. Let me go to this video. Go to the fucking video. How the fuck do I just go to? There we go. I ain't in the fucking mood for your. I am not in the mood to deal with your shit. Fucking hold that. 30 minutes. 30 minutes to shut the fuck up. I didn't ban him. I just timed him out. Calling people cunts and saying my euphemisms are homosexual because he's some kind of homophobe. Fuck off. Fuck off. Bro, we don't run. It's a walking simulator. The best attribute of every single one of our players is that they walk. When I say suck my dick, I'm not asking the people in the audience to suck my dick. But Wesley, I appreciate your assumption. I know, bro. The 4-2-4 is so terrible. And how often did we complain about the 4-2-4 last season? And yet we've seen it all the time. It's like people just have the memories of squirrels. I think I'm more than aware of how much he has fucked the club. I call him Arnie Cuck. No, we don't get Semenyo. Disadvantage in midfield means advantage up top. Yes, but what happens when you can't bypass 6 players? You see, you are explaining in theory how it would work, but the problem is that in practice it doesn't work because other teams have caught on to it and they just stick 5 in the midfield. And then it becomes impossible to bypass a mid block. You get me? You get me, blood. You get me, blood. I'm just going to start saying that. You get me, blood. I'd like to ask him publicly, how come you haven't made a single change week to week? That would be my first question would be how come there has been zero change in the style of play in any of your losses this season, Mr. Genius Bald Cuck? How come? I think. I don't know. Wesley, you're Norwegian. What the fuck would you know about squirrels? You have no wildlife. They all live in the mountains. What accent? I didn't do an accent. Dude, he's just so arrogant in what he thinks that players are capable of. I know, of course it's tactical. It's 100% tactical. Like, again, guys, don't piss down my neck and tell me it's raining. Don't fucking sit here and tell me one day that a player can do something and the next day he can't. Like, no, one day he's told to do something and the next day he's told not to do something. Wasn't it 6 in the mid yesterday? Are you talking about against City? Because I'd love to dispel this. Here we go. You want to see what it looks like when we drop players right now? So let's take a look. I have one. Hold on. I have one, two, three, four, five, but I have a sixth over here. But the issue is that the ball is isolated near the byline, and there's 6 guys. So in theory, Soboslai is out of this play because there's 4 guys surrounding the ball. Robertson is out of the play because there's 3 guys in between the ball and Robertson. These guys are all occupying the same sort of quadrant. And again, look at this space. Even if Soboslai gets the ball, man marked, man marked, man marked, man marked, man marked, man marked, man marked. Like, guys, this is the 7th minute. Let's go to another one. This is the 36th minute. I have hang on. One, somehow calling for the ball, like, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 6 players, but I have 1, 2, 3 behind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 players in between my front 3. I've got 2 players essentially man marking him. I've got Soboslai, who, again, if he gets the ball, there's 1, 2, 3 guys in between him and where the ball needs to go. Even if the ball gets switched over here to Andrew Robertson, first of all, McAllister has to see it, but he can't see it because he's not trained to see it. And again, just look at this giant fucking, just look at this huge space. Like, I should never see a picture like this. But okay. To all the people who think that this is just unique to this game and this game alone. Unique to this game alone. Let's go back. Oh, wait, hold on. Here's another moment. Check it out. Look at that structure, guys. Look at that amazing structure. 1, 2, boom, man marked. 2 extra guys to double fuck him, and no one in the middle. Again, it's all about the fact that we vacate central positions constantly. Again, here's another one. Again, just like look at this. Like, do you see the circle that we make? How many times have we brought up the idea that our players don't like to invade central positions? I understand Manchester City are very defensively solid here. But the problem is that the only way to deal with that is to get in these tight spaces and play 1-2s. You can't just fucking go U-ball to U-ball to U-ball. Cody Gakpo isn't technical enough to just beat Mateus Nunes consistently. Mohamed Salah is too old to beat anyone consistently. We just ignore the middle. This team is obsessed with going wide, and they ignore the middle on offense and defense. See. Let's take a look what happens here. So Soboslai wins a duel, gets the ball. Who's home? Look, he's crossing the ball. Who's home? Did we vacate the middle? What the fuck is Mo doing? Why is there no one here? Why is it 3 City defenders? How does this play even end? Goes out for a corner. It's just terrible. Bro, who the fuck are you? Go find more. Oh, fuck, I'm out of my bookmarks. Hold on. Let me go find more. Because some people are going to say that this is just unique to this game. Let's take a look at what we did against Madrid. See how many fucking options we had? Do you see all of the different options we had against Real Madrid? And do you see how the midfielders are actually occupying the center of the pitch? I didn't see this at all against Man City. And I see 6 players. I see 6 Real Madrid players in our half right now. So I don't want to hear that they didn't press us. Let's keep going. Hang on. Take a look at one from the Villa game. And you can just see the difference. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But look at where my midfield is. They're actually in the center of the park. Yes, obviously at this current moment during this spell, 7 minutes into the game, not the most ideal thing in the world, but at least my midfield is where they should be. In the fucking midfield. Aston Villa didn't exactly press very well, and they also sat in a low block pretty fucking early. Go to an example of how Liverpool attack. People get angry that Cody Gakpo cuts in and shoots. I ask you, well, if our main game plan is to constantly go here, what are his options? Man marked, no one here, everyone on the other side of the pitch, Cody Gakpo. Again, evidence is evidence. I'm missing a lot of the chats. Bro, half of the chats are from the same fucking guy, Wesley. If you define clean bathwater as a river full of fish shit, then yeah, you have very clean bathwater. Happy? Fuck do I get off this? Let's go back. Can we keep scrolling? Done with the evidence, at least. So no, just leave him be, TM. Just leave him be. It's all good. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone with a pulse who isn't Dutch or named Ainge? Like anyone like that can take this club forward. This is at least a month, right? You had to have been talking to him for a good amount of time. I don't remember all the particular details, but I would assume it didn't take too long to be able to Sorry, I was texting my brother. Yeah, it just I don't think it took that long. Tramps fans of Liverpool? What the fuck does that even mean? Uh, oh, I understand why he's talking then. Okay. See, dude, like, thank you. Thank you. You have a brain, bro. Norway is pretty dirty. I'm not Dutch at all, dude. I'm Lebanese, I'm Syrian, and I'm a Jew. Lebanese, Syrian, German, Jew. Um, we're deluded. We're deluded. All right, Dahir, tell me, how are we deluded? The floor is yours. Tell me how I'm deluded. Come on, big guy. I'll put your chats up for everyone to see. How are we deluded? How am I deluded? No, fucking Zaggy. Zaggy's an idiot. No. Big up to you, Y4. Article about what? Oh, I'll have to read it. Yeah, how the fuck does Norway have Wi-Fi? You bunch of ice cone piss loving merchants. Fuck off. I'm my own melting pot. How? How am I a melting pot? I just like to argue. Um, eh. Are you making fun of my heritage, bruv? Are you making fun of my heritage, bruv? Am I detecting some anti-Semitism from you, H-Buster? Are you a racist? Do you not like the Germans? Or the Arabs? Hmm? Hmm? Let me know. Well, signing Bastoni doesn't do fucking anything. You telling me that if we just put Bastoni in instead of Konate, all of a sudden this is going to work? Fucking blow me. I am slot out. I don't think I've made that more abundantly clear. Reason one, was anyone saying slot out when we beat Villa in Madrid? Yeah, I said that my opinion hadn't changed. After Villa and Madrid, Hassam tried to press me, and I said, my opinion isn't changed. I'm still slot out. 2 games is not enough. Hey, that's your prerogative, man. He's not leaving Germany, though. You think I give a fuck about the sky being purple and fucking green? I don't need an aurora borealis. I live in an abundance of freedom. You see, in my country, I can tweet whatever the fuck I want and get away with it. No, fuck that, dude. Alonso sucks. Hey? You see, again, here you can have this opinion, but when I hear this, all I hear is he won it last year and I have hope he can change. My opinion is different because I don't have hope he can change. And even if this system does work, I don't believe that it is a Premier League winning system. I have no faith in what he's trying to do, and I see what he's trying to do. Oh, yeah, 100%. I am a walking racial contradiction. Well, you see, my mom is a German Jew, and my dad is a Syrian Lebanese. And they're both American, and they met each other in New York. You see, in America, we have this thing called diversity and multiculturalism. I know, crazy how that works, right? It's kind of like your half Asian friend. Oh, your dad's white and your mom's Asian? Makes sense. Yes, I am. I am. Again, we're only 3 at the back in build-up. So you're basically saying that Bastoni is the left back and Bradley is the right back, or just I don't know. The Germans are coming. Mancini? I don't need a fucking Italian. I don't give a shit what he's doing, bro. I just give my opinion. See? You see? I didn't say it, he did. I didn't say it, he did. I didn't say it, he said it. Motherfuckers wanna talk down to me. The fuck out of here. It ain't coming home. It ain't ever coming home. Daddy left. Daddy doesn't love you. Daddy's not coming back. That's fine. To hear, if your reason is faith, I have no issue with that. Just don't just don't tell me I'm wrong because you're just hoping that it'll work. That's it, but you're not telling me that I'm wrong, which is fine. I don't to hear, I don't hold any malice against someone who's slot in. But if you wanna have an argument, it's gonna get heated. Yeah, yeah, I mean, the manager just hates the Italians. Did you just refer to me as "Yo, Jew"? Are you referring to me as "Yo, Jew, you inbred fuck"? You don't even have a fucking profile picture. What the fuck is H Busta even mean? You support Arsenal, and you refer to me as "Yo, Jew." You're probably a toothless British cuck. Suck my dick. I don't know. I ain't gonna do that here. I don't like, I could never host a panel. I couldn't do it. Happy to be a part of one, but I don't wanna host one. Um, I don't think listen, I think that you just see him change the tactic in the game, but the beginning is always the same. That's why we concede so many early goals. Hell yeah. I don't, because I have good insurance. Also, what's your tax structure like? Hmm? Norwegian tax. Is it like Sweden where you gotta give half your fucking wages? 22% flat rate. Not terrible. 25%. Interesting. Are you guys having the same problems as the rest of Europe? Can't go too much more into detail. Confused Jew. You're like a confused, toothless British cuck. I don't know where my tea went. And anyone tell me where my country gone? I can't tweet about it either. Oh, up the mighty gooners. Daddy ain't ever coming home. The old Jew is Mom Donnie your dad. Oh, the amount of jokes that I could make about the UK that would get me banned off this platform is incomprehensible. But let's just put it this way. I get to go to my Twitter and say whatever the fuck I want without having to worry about a councilman coming to my house and putting me in jail. Ooh, at least my government isn't protecting a certain group of individuals that are committing a certain type of crime. At least I didn't have 2 million fucking people marching in the middle of my biggest city to protest the government. 2 million people. I didn't have that. Also, Mamdani is the mayor of New York City. I don't know if you know anything about American politics, but a mayor doesn't exactly have a lot of power other than in the fucking borough of Manhattan. Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, and the Bronx. So again, you're just proving how stupid and British you are. But by all means, go drink some more tea, because that is the only thing that your country's known for. But somehow, some way, you aren't even the best at that anymore. India has overtaken you in tea. But of course, India is a former colony from which they finally said, fuck these British idiots, get them the fuck out of my country. And you left. Just like every other country that you ever colonized. You got fucking booted. And then we had to beat you in 1776. We beat you down. We dicked you down. And then you tried to come back in the 1800s and we dicked you down again. So again, don't fucking chat to me. Don't fucking chat to me. 100%. Those are all excellent points. Yo, Judah. First off, it's Judas, you fucking moron. Judah. The fuck does that even mean? Hey, big up Anfield Road. When did I start supporting Liverpool? 2005, but then super seriously 2013. And I chose that because a kid moved to my school from New Zealand, and he was a Liverpool fan. So he introduced me into the sport, and Liverpool was the team that he liked. So that was the team that I decided to pick. You're given a very politician's answer, and to hear, I'm going to respect your opinion. Yeah, proud to be British, said no one ever. Um, oh, also, isn't this a crime to say? Isn't it a crime to go out in public and do that? Aren't you going to get arrested if you walk around with the Union Jack? Isn't that like isn't like holding the flag in England a crime now? Pretty sure if you tweeted this, you would get arrested. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but they might label you as a racist for saying this. So just be very careful. It's called, first off, you don't even have proper uh, dictation and grammar. It's call English, original English, not Jew English. The structure of your sentences prove that you have the third grade fucking reading level. I know, I'm talking just to him, Morris. Let it be banter. No, I'm not timing him out because this is fun. I like this. This is the fun part of YouTube, is when you get people like this and then you could just yell insults at each other. Nothing he says could possibly offend me. Yo, Jew like Cox. Again, proving that you have a second grade reading level now. First off, this is plural, not singular, because you pluralized Cox. Yeah, but those were in different cities all around the country, everywhere. I'm also not saying that we're perfect. Far from it. But just because I'm not perfect doesn't mean I can't shit on you not being perfect. You get me? Uh, Yo, you want to know what I love? I loved. Have you guys ever seen when? Do you guys remember when the Queen died and Celtic had that game? Um, Basically, the Queen died and Celtic had a game, and they were all in the center of the pitch, and they were in a circle, and they were all clapping like as like a minute of of remembrance, and the whole Celtic fans are just chanting, "If you hate the royal family, clap your hands. If you hate the royal family, clap your hands." Dude, I'm like, that is the kind of shit hassery I love. I think at another cup, right after the right after the royal wedding, they were all chanting, "You can shove your royal wedding up your ass." And then when the new king got coronated, they started singing, "You can shove the coronation up your ass." Like, dude, Celtic fans, top tier, top tier. And I love that they do it against Rangers specifically, because I know that Rangers support the crown and Celtic is against the crown. Kirstama, we trust him. Yo, Epstein a Jew a pedo. Bro, you have like next level stupidity in grammar. Next level stupidity. You know that there's this, like you could literally type what you want to say into Chat GPT and then you could just tell it to put it into proper grammar and then you could copy and paste that. I know that you're not capable of it, but there is technology out there that is. Jew building tunnels. Good one. UK gave you English, you dumb Jew. I love that the only thing that you can say is Jew. UK gave you English. Yeah, and then I fucked the UK. And I said, get fucked. And then I became the world power. So suck my dick. It was a great year for us. You remember the Boston Tea Party? I sure do. See, in America, we drink coffee because we ain't a bunch of bitches. Shart, it's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Yank, let me just fucking riff, bro. Let me just riff. All right? I know they burned down the White House. I get it. But let me fucking riff. Is America still a country after the War of 1812? Oh, yes, we are. Well, the Italians gave you civilization. So are you Italian? Because the island of Britain used to be a colony of the Holy Roman Empire. No, I'm sorry, not the Holy Roman Empire, the Roman Empire. Of course, Scotland was it because they had to create that wall. But technically, you're all kind of Italians. Hey, fantastic. Of course, I don't think it's a crime. Over the line? What's over the line? Hey, listen, all I'm gonna say is no, no, I'm not gonna say that. It could be a 10-year-old racist. Really? It was the Greeks, not the Romans. I thought that Caesar crossed the English Channel, fought the Celts, got up near Scotland, and decided not to advance any further. I thought that for a time Britain was a colony of the Roman Empire. Was it not? Yeah. From 43, from AD 43 to the early 5th century, it became the Roman province of Britannia. Following an invasion under Emperor Claudius, the Romans conquered most of modern-day England and Wales and had established a political union that lasted for over 3.5 centuries. Julius Caesar attempted invasions in 55 and 54 BC. The successful conquest began in AD 43, so 100 years later. So it was a British colony. Yank, what did I get wrong before? What was over the line? Ah, you see, that's what I could be getting wrong, Peter. England is Scotland. Britain is England, Scotland, and Wales. The UK is England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Ah, I'm forgetting about Ireland. I see. I see. My bad. Apologies. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought, Mac. They built the wall. Listen, I learned all about what Julius Caesar did in Germania and Spain, in his conquests, what he did to the Celts. I learned all about it. Let's just say it wasn't very pretty. And if you did it per capita and by the ratio, probably some of the most horrific genocide the world has ever seen. When it comes to who was there, the amount of people that were there, the amount of people that died and or were sold into slavery, we're talking about like wild shit. Um, hey, whoa, 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 whoa! I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You did. I didn't say this, and I'm not talking about this. Um, hold on. But the actual problem in Liverpool, again, I believe that the root cause of every problem comes from the midfield. You could say that the defense is an issue. You could say that scoring goals is an issue. Those are secondary. The main issue at the football club is that we vacate the midfield in build up and defense. We vacate it in our press, we vacate it in our build up. It all stems from the midfield. Your attack, you can't get to the attack without the midfield, and you can't get to a defense without going through the midfield. The midfield is the root cause of everything. What period? Oh, since I've been supporting under Jurgen Klopp, every second under Jurgen Klopp was the best seconds that we have had in the 21st century at this football club. Hey, oh, Vader did say something. I know it wasn't a war. I called it the Treaty of Versailles. Wasn't exactly a war. Are you entitled to interest-free loans if you prove being really Jewish in certain financial institutions? So you think that just because I'm a Jew, I can walk into a bank and just get approved for a loan? Who told you our secret? How do you know about this? Who told you that? Who spilled the beans? I think that to say that your presumptions over someone can't change over time is crazy. Like, if someone if someone paints a certain picture of themselves and then you're convinced by it, but then further down the line you start to realize who they really are you going to blame me for the time where I was convinced by it and everyone else was convinced by it? I don't really think so. I think that that's cheap and that's ignoring the natural process of perception and perspective. So yes, in short, things change. And now I'm starting to think, well, why is it that he always had to make these changes in games? Why couldn't he just start a game right? You get me? Um, so yeah, simple as that. Again, I think he's trying to overload the front line, and he's under this presumption that 4 can bypass 6. So he thinks that our back 4 can just get through a mid block of 5 or 6, and it'll be all dandy, and then once we get to the final third, we'll outnumber their defense, and that'll make it easier to attack. That's what I just think, like, down to its brass tacks is what it is. But that's just not possible because you can't beat 6 with 4 from your own back. When he plays with Szoboszlai and McAllister, they all rotate, right? Then none of them are really a 6. They're all just a bunch of 8s that co-align and rotate with each other. No, I'm not a practicing Jew. I'm just a Jew by blood. Um, yeah, I'm not even gonna comment on this. We win the World Cup, you get the Foden trim, Mike. Fuck no. I'm not getting the Foden trim for anything. But it's not coming home, so who cares? What's funny is that, like, in that Bilbao game, we actually built up like a great team, and then we just stopped doing it. Oh, absolutely. We were a cohesive unit. I don't know if a 4-4-2 diamond is the best play. I don't know. Again, it's not necessarily about the formation. It's not necessarily about who's on the pitch. It's more about how are we building up and how are we pressing? Do we vacate the central areas of the pitch? If you vacate centrally, it doesn't matter what your formation is. It doesn't matter who's on the pitch. And we just do it too often. We also vacate the central positions in the opposition final third. Like when we finally get the ball there, no one likes to be in the middle in build up. When the ball gets out wide, everyone likes to be in the middle too much, and it's not spread out enough. I always see 3 guys converging in the same fucking area. If Cody Gakpo has the ball, there's a pretty good chance that Ekitike, Verts, and Salah are all sitting right on top the penalty mark. Oh, America doesn't have a World Cup. Proudly. You know, if we took every person who played American sports, if we took every single one of those guys who are American and we just put them all into football, soccer, we would without a doubt be the best in the world. Based on pure athleticism alone, imagine having 2 6'8" center backs. I would not mind Jones playing more, but Jones hasn't been fit, dude. Listen, all I'm saying is imagine LeBron James as a center back. The guy could easily imagine like anyone who plays football, these explosive, incredible athletes, imagine if their whole life we only played one sport, and that was football. I don't know, bro. I'm not the one who made it. Yeah, youth soccer is an absolute disaster. It's also just like the last sport in the world that anyone gives a shit about playing. You don't make good money, and there's very little chance that you're gonna make it to Europe. They like those types of athletes would rather play other sports where they have a better chance at doing something. Generally, yeah. No, 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 no. They don't push soccer at all. Not at all. Not in the slightest. There is zero pushing of that sport. Second here. God damn it. Where the fuck is this? Yeah, we just don't push it. Let me riff. Well, you'd have to be under the presumption that for the last 60 years, none of these guys were playing any other sport but soccer. So, Yeah, but here's the thing, you're basically saying that Konate and Virgil, you have to bypass the midfield with your pass. Like, again, we don't build through the midfield. We try to go direct from the back line to the front line because we don't play with a midfield. No, we don't. Huge chart. Not at all. It is by far the least popular sport. Most kids just play it when they're young because it's a physical activity that's good for cardio. But the second that they get any sort of ability in any other sport, they will abandon it at the first sight. Dude, kids will abandon it for track and field if track and field would lead to a better future. That'll never happen. They have the lingerie football league. Um, Cody is born at the minute. Did I know that Billy the Kid was a freedom fighter, not a criminal, fighting in the Santa Fe rings, land grabbing? I did not know that. Academies target youth talent in U.S., but only to make money off them, not develop them into high-level players. Yeah. In American football is too expensive to get into and is limited to kids from families with means, so the talent pool is limited. The really good athletes opt to join other sports. Yes. Hungarian, trust Kirkes, please. Well, I don't trust Kirkes as a left-sided center back, and I don't blame Kirkes for being shit when he's asked to play as a center back in build-up. You don't want to be like John Mara. We have the worst ownership of the NFL. So, well, actually, no, the Jets have the worst ownership. Stop correcting me. We could, we could. We just need a connector. Listen, I don't think that we misprofiled anyone. I just think that this system doesn't have any profiles that will help it. I think that the system inherently sucks. And if you say that we misprofiled the players, you're blaming the players and not the system. I think that the system will fail no matter who is in it. That's my point. Google. Our women's team is pretty fucking good, though. We'll say. What, 2 World Cups, 3 World Cups? Um, Again, I think I answered this earlier, but I'll answer it again because people are obsessed with asking it. I had a friend, came to this country, 2005, moved from New Zealand. He was a Liverpool fan, got me into soccer. I picked Liverpool because Liverpool was his team. Simple man. Simple answer. Simple man. You guys see that Instagram account where he's like, simple man? Like a Russian dude who just jumps into ice water all the time. He's just a simple man. Simple man. Um, that's how I became a Liverpool fan. Uh, I don't think I don't think the Civil War is happening anymore. Yeah, it's not. That's okay. That's okay. Have I ever been to Anfield? Have you ever been to Anfield? Hmm? How dare you talk on this sport? You know, you're not one of the match-going fans. Yeah, that's another argument I love. You think I give a fuck about what the match-going fans say? First off, you know how hard it would be for someone who is a match-going fan on the reg to just all of the sudden one day start shouting slot out? Everyone will just boo 'em. Here's the problem with that sort of idea is that a stadium breeds a herd mentality, and people are not going to say what they really think for fear of judgment because it's real and they're there. It's much easier to do it here because you're not here. I'm only here talking into a camera. There's nothing that you can do to me. Nothing. So I don't know. I wouldn't expect match going fans to turn unless everyone turned. So that idea is like, again, using that as any sort of justification. I don't give a shit about what 60,000 people in a stadium think. and I'm not gonna base my opinions on what they think either, and I don't expect them to really publicly change their thought because they don't wanna be ostracized in real life at the game. So, it's a cheap fucking argument. I don't know what the fuck you're on about, Wesley. Arnie Cuck will fail this season because he doesn't have the passers to play his style. All our midfielders are mid at passing, and he can't go back to Klopp pressing because our forwards can't press. I don't think that they're mid at passing. I think that you're asking them to make passes that no one should be asked to make consistently. I think that they're often left by themselves. I think that they're often in a position where there's a disconnect and we aren't a fluid unit and everyone's getting ahead of themselves. It's like we're skipping a beat. We're jumping a step. Shouldn't ask what they do for me, but what do I do for them? I don't know, bro. LJ, Liverpool's not a country. Liverpool is a football club, a part of a game, played in a city, in a stadium. That's it. It's not a country. It's not a cult. It's just a sport that we all love to watch. Have you ever walked in Anfield? How dare you, sir? Have you ever walked in Anfield? Have you ever been there? Um, you can get into contact with me here. Here is where you can talk to me. Right here in the chat. Bang, bang. But big up to you. Where are you stateside? Just know 100%, bro. Just because you were born someone else, you think that you the man? Fuck out of here, dog. Just glaze Arsenal for a minute straight, bro. All this Liverpool talk is getting me limp. And I have the missus to cater in a while. You Norwegians are fucking freaks, dude. Do you think I'm gonna sit here and jerk off Arsenal? Suck my dick. Arsenal ain't winning shit. City are winning this league. Fuck you. You guys are going another season without a trophy. It's not happening. You're gonna bottle it, just like you always have. Again, what does adding new players do to this system if you don't change the system? Please educate me. It's called Anfield. Hey, Minnesota, big up. I have never been there. It's one of the few states I've never been to. I know. I know. There was no Civil War. It was more like you're making an argument, but you're also reinforcing my argument. So there's no point in really arguing with you. Is that where was the first? Where was the first American embassy in Britain? The first US minister to Great Britain lived at a house on the corner of Brook and Duke Streets in London, and it was John Adams. Yeah, I don't know where you're pulling that from. All I'm seeing is London, Peter. John Adams was our first American ambassador to England anyway. Yeah, it's London, not Liverpool. You're crazy, buddy. I know, I know, I know. Listen, it is somewhat of a fair point, but at the same time, when I say slot out, what I'm basically saying is that I don't believe in him. And I'd rather burn the forest down and start again than sit here and have to continually suffer to a foregone conclusion, which is nothing. Again, could he get lucky? Yeah. But would luck do us any favors? No, because I don't believe in the long-term vision. Have you ever been to Anfield, though? No, I haven't. Wait, you pay money every year just to be put into a box to see if you could potentially get a ticket? That doesn't make any sense. You pay money just to potentially get a ticket. It sounds pretty ass backwards. We don't do that here in America. I know. I know. Yeah, bro. Like, where the fuck you pulling that out of? It was not in Liverpool, and that wouldn't make any fucking sense. Why would the first embassy not be in the capital? Why would there be it just doesn't make any sense. Wesley, I'm not submitting to shit. Go piss in a fucking snow cone and eat it for breakfast. Enjoy your fucking aurora borealis. Of course, I wasn't saying slot out last season. I'm sorry. Am I just not allowed to change my fucking mind on someone's actions? Hello? What the fuck kind of logic is that? So do you just never change your mind? You just make up your mind and you never change it then, right? I don't have a favorite. What is English food? Nems, what is English food? Give me one English dish. Give me one English dish. Go ahead. Give me one English dish. What is a dish that is English through and through? Include the seasonings too, because I know that you don't season anything. So, one English dish. Go on. Yeah, fish and chips? Fuck out of here, dude. First off, they're called French fries. And second off, no. Toad in a hole. Eh. Beans on toast. That's fucking gross. What the fuck is Norwegian food? Snow cones with piss? No. Bangers and mash. Fuck no. Especially since it's not seasoned. Sunday roast dinner. Listen, a good pot roast is good. A good pot roast is. Hey, beef Wellington's not bad. Beef Wellington is not bad. Roast dinner. I like a nice pot roast. I'm not a salt and pepper merchant, bro. I come from the Middle East. We invented spice. You ever see? Have you ever seen Dune? Do you know who those people are based on? My people, the Middle Eastern people, the spice people. Steak ale pie. Steak ale pie. Fish and chips really show English, but according to Google, it's an Indian dish. Oh, oh. Jellied eels. Yeah, I've heard about this. That's gross. I've seen it too. It's disgusting. Chips are better because they are English. Okay, but chips are just French fries. You just call them chips. Spotted dick. No, you don't, bro. You know salt and pepper and snow. Stick my paprika up my ass. It's not just paprika, my G. It's cayenne, it's cumin, it's garlic powder, onion powder, rosemary, thyme, garlic powder. All of it. All of it. Give it to me all. Put all that shit up in some ground beef. Make it nice and tasty. Listen, we invented obesity. And for that, I'm proud. You're welcome. I don't give a fuck, bro. No one would do anything. You think anyone in Liverpool outside of James Redmond knows who I am? They wouldn't do shit. I am not a hater. I'm a professional hater. There's a massive difference. I have professionalism in my hating. 1790 was the first. Okay, where was the first U.S. consulate? You said embassy, so now you're changing. Where was the first U.S. consulate in Britain? The first U.S. consulate. Okay, that's a consulate, though. That's not an embassy. The first US legation embassy was established in London in 1785, 5 years before. Again, I know, right, bro? Like, they weren't even there to argue. At a certain point, it was just silence, you know? Keep moving the goalpost. The last act of the American Civil War took place on the River Mersey. What are you talking about? Peter, are you just Googling things and then copying and pasting them in here and expecting me to be like, hey, smart guy? Hey, big up, Nick. Yeah, spotted dick sounds like dick. People can't just own up to the fact that our transfer window is a shambles. Again, I don't think that the profile of players changes anything, guys. I think that the system inherently is shit, and it doesn't matter who's in it. It won't fucking work consistently or sustainably. I don't believe in vacating the midfield and overloading the front line and build up, and I don't believe in a fucking headless chicken press and defense. Well, it's a good thing I know how to fucking fight. So by all means, if you want to come fuck with me, come fuck with me. Although I should be careful because I know you guys like to carry knives in the UK. But it's okay. I'm an American and I carry a gun. I'm not I don't again, I don't think a formation changes anything. Because we'll just no matter what you put on paper, we will fall back to the same thing in build up. It'll be 3-1-1-0-6, 5, whatever. We'll vacate the midfield and build up anyway. So, because I've seen multiple formations give me the same exact bullshit. I don't need English food. You know, my favorite type of food has got to be all of Asia. Indian food's fantastic. Thai food's great. Chinese food, Japanese food, Korean food, all of Asia. They make the best food. Just through and through. Asia, the whole continent, all of those except Russia. Russian food sucks, but that whole continent, great food. Right? And we could even include the Middle East in Asia because Middle Eastern food is also fantastic. Kebabs, gyros, oh, amazing. Chicken tikka masala, chicken curry, pita, naan, pad thai, sushi, Korean barbecue, kung pao chicken, lamb curry. There's way too many logistics to do this. Bacon with eggs. What the fuck is that? Hey, I've heard that like, jollof rice, jollof rice, um, Nigerian food I've heard is very good. Uh, yeah, 100%. Listen, that whole side of the world, the further east you go, the more spices they add to their shit. The further west you go, the less spices. England, no spice. England's definition of spicing something is putting some salt on it. I don't understand that, but what are we talking about? What do you mean? Where is this coming from? The last Confederate warship surrendered in Liverpool. Thank you, but what? What did I skip? Chicken shawarma? Chicken and a kind of coke? Syrup? I don't put syrup on bacon. Hey, I'm pretty fast. Peruvian food? Listen, bro, Central America? Delish. Guys, Mexican food, all the whole like Latino food. It's delicious, bro. It's tons of spices. See, the reason why America has such good food is all these people from all these different cultures come to live here and they all open up their own restaurants and you can just go to whichever one you want. You get a little taste of the whole world. Whereas in England, all you got is like KFC, a chicken shop, a bangers and mash shop, a spotted dick shop, a fish and chip shop, curry shop. Bro, our possession sucks. It's possession for the sake of possession. It doesn't do anything. England does have good food, man. No, England doesn't have good food, but people who move to England from other countries bring their good food with them. America is just really good at taking a dish from someone else, Americanizing it, and making it fucking delicious. Yeah, but English Chinese food ain't compared to American Chinese food. Um, I know, I know, I know. America and England are not good when it comes to native food. I don't know. I might watch it later though. Bro, New York is the sandwich capital of the planet. New York is the sandwich and pizza capital of the planet. Anything that is bread based is amazing in New York. I will stand on that. I've been to Paris. I've had the bread in Paris. I've eaten those dishes in Paris. That ain't the same, G. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. I've been to Europe. I've eaten the bread in Europe. I've eaten the sandwiches in Europe. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. And I'm not saying that they're the healthiest sandwiches, and I'm not saying that they're the freshest sandwiches. What I'm saying is that they are the best tasting sandwiches on the planet in New York. Not the healthiest, not the cleanest, not the freshest, the best tasting sandwiches. Normal fucking people like sandwiches. What are you on about, dude? What do you mean who likes sandwiches? Is there anyone in this chat that doesn't like sandwiches? Is there genuinely a human being on the planet who doesn't like sandwiches? Please tell me. Who doesn't like sandwiches? My uncultured life? Shut up, bitch. I've been places. I've seen things. Where the fuck you been, bro? Bruh? Dog? Lebanese food is delicious. Some gibbe? What's an American dish? Reuben sandwich. Brought to you by your Jews truly. Fuck out of here, dude. Hey, we got great coffee in New York. Add curry powder to beans. That's gross, bro. If I was an artist, which collab would be my dream? Dead or alive? Chemicals make it the best, bitch. Yeah, there we go. You're based. Yeah, Russia also has been embargoed, so I don't give a shit. Mamma mia. What are we talking about, bro? Peter, you're just dropping random ass fucking facts. Like, I don't understand this, Peter. What are you saying? My favorite cuisine. I said all of Asia, the whole continent. Everywhere in Asia, including India, they make the best food. Korea, Japan, China, uh, India. That's the best food out there. Now, it does a number on your asshole because it's a pain in the ass to get rid of it, but it's amazing. It's delicious. When it comes to a type of cuisine. Bro, it's gonna be long. It's gonna be long. You're carnivore, John. Big up to you. Big up to you. You're carnivore, so you only eat meat, eggs, and raw milk, I'm assuming. Oh, and butter. No, I live on planet Earth. He does. I think he's studying for the SATs. Yeah, I don't really snack on chips. What is raw milk? It's milk that isn't pasteurized. That's what raw milk is. Mexican food is delicious. Spicy food. I just love spicy food, but yeah, it rips apart the stomach. It eviscerates your stomach. Um, I don't eat Beyond Meat, you fucking weirdo. Milk is great for digestion. I don't even know like where has this conversation even gone? GMO hurt brains of Americans. Listen, dude, without GMOs, you'd be fucking eating pears with maggots in them. No, I'm just kidding. GMOs aren't very good. Neither is glyphosate, and we spray glyphosate on everything. And glyphosate isn't water soluble, so if you eat a crop that was sprayed with glyphosate, it still has the glyphosate in it, and then it gets into your system. And the reason why glyphosate is so bad for you is because it kills all the germs that shouldn't be there. But there are good germs in your microbiome in your gut, and those can't die. But the glyphosate can't tell the difference. So the glyphosate kills all of the good germs in your gut, which is meant to fight bacteria. So yeah, glyphosate's not good. And we spray that shit on everything. It's also known as Roundup. Have I been to Japan? No, but I really want to go. I really want to go to Japan. We have everything. Yeah. Raw milk is good for digestion. It's just not pasteurized. So when you pasteurize milk, you get rid of a lot of the nutrients, but you do it in an effort to make sure that you kill all of the bacteria that could lead to like E. coli or salmonella or anything of the sort. Um, hey, das talks food. This is international break, my friend. GMO ain't got nothing on me. Listen, I am built like a brick shithouse. Uh, no. Shut up, you Norwegian asshole. Ah, big up, Peter. Big up, Peter. I have never been to India, and I do not want to go to India. I have never been to India, and I do not want to go to India. I will leave it at that. Japan is so fucking cool. I know. Don't tell me where to go, you Norwegian cuck. Uh, it probably does hurt the brain. Well, it can only kill people if the cow is infected with something, and the cow will only be infected with something if the farm isn't clean or properly run. Um, so yeah, it's also a risk for sure. I don't think I could do a cooking show. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, you're one of those. You're one of these anti-vaxxers. We'll leave it at that. I know that YouTube doesn't like that. But I hear what you're saying. I did get the jab. Father had diabetes. Had to watch out. I just don't have that. Like I don't like trying new things. I like the food that I like. That's the issue with food reviews. I'm a picky eater, but I like what I like. I like a good amount of things, but I'm too picky. I play FIFA. I play Squad. But I go through phases in squad. I don't know, a couple games. Play a lot of FIFA though. I like FIFA quite a bit. Yeah, no. Casanori butthole. Hang on. My friend asked me if I wanted this sushi place. I gotta look at what the menu is. Yeah, it just isn't good. How is this a sushi place that just doesn't have a fucking tuna roll? I don't want sushi. Hold on, he's saying, "Let's get out of the house, bro." I'm saying, "I don't want sushi, you cunt." This is my response to him. Um, they don't have tuna. I don't want fish. Jesus. Who would want to go to Norway? Hey, Norway's still a beautiful country, but because Wesley lives there, we have to shit on it. How old are you, John? If you don't mind me asking. What's my favorite meal I'd have during the week? I don't know. I'm in the process of changing my diet because I have eczema. Um, so, but if you're just asking me like if I could have a meal this week that I would love, I would have Trini curry chicken. Trini being from Trinidad and Tobago. Trini curry chicken. Chef's kiss. I don't work in a trade. I have a job. Um, I went to university for journalism. I don't work in journalism. I work in music. Hold on, he said I'm soft. I'm saying you're gay. Um, I thought that we would win too, but I also thought that he would play like we did against Madrid. And so it is what it is. Um, it didn't change, and 10 minutes into that game, I knew that we were going to lose. Make 10 days fast. Hey, big up, John. 10 days fast, and you enjoyed every food I put on the table. Why the fuck would I fast for 10 days? Neither did I, dude. No, Trini curry is the best curry. I don't like rum. I don't like rum. I would drink whiskey all day long. I don't like rum. I don't think rum is very good. The next thing you know, you're going to tell me if I fast for 30 days, I'll cure my cancer. Um, if I had cancer. Mike gives. What the fuck are you saying? Hey, I saw you, John. I see that. Younger and fitter than ever. Um, from Cyprus. Big up to you. It is good for tourism and for food. Come to the US whenever you want, big guy. Just make sure you have your papers. No, it does not belong on pizza. That's disgusting. Don't ever sit here and tell me that pineapple belongs on pizza. That's gross. That is diabolical. Never, ever. suggest something as disgusting as that again. Hey, yeah, see, this is exactly what I would say. Don't worry about it. Go fuck yourself. Here you No, bro, White Claw is gross. I'm a man. If I drink liquor, I drink liquor. If I drink beer, I drink beer. Why the fuck would I drink White Claw? Fucking pussies. Sparkling water with no. It's gonna make me say things I regret. No. Big up K-Mac. I don't know, but maybe we should try it. Should we go on a 30-day hunger strike, guys? We go on a hunger strike to get Arnie Slide out of the club? No, it's not worth it. It's just football. California. California. I don't drink cider. What's the biggest misunderstanding people have on Americans? America has 350 million people, and the majority of those people live in the middle of fucking nowhere. Most of America is the middle of nowhere. People who don't People who've never been to America think that America is just one giant city. They think that every single place that they go in America is gonna look like New York, except there's only like 12 of them, and the rest of them are really small, and then outside those cities, there's nothingness. So, you wanna know what most of America looks like? 90% of America looks like this. The biggest misconception of America is that 90% of my country and I've driven across the whole country. I've driven from coast to coast. Not this is 90% of America. Right here. 90% of America looks like this. Oh, this is what 90% of America looks like. That is the biggest misconception of this country. This is America. This is a tiny little piece of America in one of those states. This is what America looks like. This is what America looks like. Again, look at that. This is America. This is just Kansas. This is what most of America is. This is what the majority of my country looks like. Now, just add some hills or levels or whatever you want to do, maybe some mountains, depending on where you are. That is the biggest misconception of this country, is that that's what you don't think that that's what most of my country is, but that's what it is. Middle of fucking nowhere. It's a massive, massive country. People don't realize it's 3,000 miles wide. How wide? How wide is the island of Britain? Britain is 300 miles wide. We are 10 times as wide as you. The United States is 3,000 miles wide. A 300-mile drive is nothing. Nothing. If you live in the UK and you have to drive from coast to coast, east to west, you'd be like, "Oh god, this drive is gonna suck." I'd be like, "Fucking easy. 300 miles? That's fucking nothing." Okay, calm down. Okay, Bob. I know, bro. I've driven across Texas. I know how long it takes. Exactly. Open, wide spaces, straight roads, no roundabouts. Peter Santinello is a great account. All right, calm down, Peter. You should be. You should be. America is fascinating. Tons of different types of people, tons of different types of cities, tons of different types of landscapes. It's a massive country. It's gigantic. I've driven across the whole fucking thing, coast to coast. Again, that's just one city. That's not that's not America. That's a city in America. That's not America. Chicago's a fucking dump. Whoa. Okay, hey, we're gonna leave it there. America gay. All right, John Stones. Oh, I know. They have no idea. They don't even get hit with fees. Fuck out of here, bro. Your shit's not expensive. No, no, that isn't what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that there are way more people that you would think. There's a way bigger percentage that you would think that live in rural areas in America. In fact, what percentage of the US doesn't live in the cities? 20% of our country doesn't live in cities, but that doesn't even 20% of our country live in the rural areas. So one fifth, right? But again, those rural areas are ever expanding. And that's what most of the country is. Most of America is just fucking flat farmland. Iraq ain't safe. Knicks, Mets, Giants, Rangers, Liverpool. Everyone knows about soccer, though. Drinking water disappearing there. What would you know about LA, Bob? The fuck would you know about where I live? Okay, 20% of 350 million, not including illegals, is 70 million people. We have more people living in rural areas than England has in their entire fucking country. There are more people living in the rural parts of the United States than live in the country of England. And again, that still makes up the vast majority of the landmass in the United States. Appalachia. Also, the issue with that is that, someone could consider Kansas a fucking urban area. Bullshit. That's a topic for a different. That's not a topic for a football stream. But there definitely is a lot of perception manipulation about that, but that's the same in every country. Um, and the second you start showing stats and facts, people are like, "Wait, that doesn't really match what the perception in the media is." So, shut up, bitch. What do you mean, more of what sessions? I don't even know how we got here. I'm just bored and I haven't ended it yet. Yes, I am from New York. I moved to LA 2 years ago. I mean, Alaska is a crazy place to live. It's a small population. Most of it's isolated. It's got crazy wildlife. It's cold. But it's beautiful. Well, it was beautiful until Exxon fucked it all with a giant oil leak, but it is still decently beautiful. Syrian, Lebanese, German, Jewish. My teacher is older than you, and he come from Los. All right, Bob. What are you saying? Maybe. No, I don't want to live in England. I don't want to live in England. No, thank you. But I would go there for like a month and go to a bunch of games. But I don't want to live in England. Not very appealing to me. But thank you. Anyway, we've been digressing off of football for a fucking hot minute. I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna call it there. Um, Big up to all you guys for hanging out. 8 hours. I'm 8 hours behind their time zone. Um, 8 hours behind their time zone. Big up to all you guys for hanging out. Appreciate you. Um, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we're here again tomorrow. It's international break, so we're running out of shit to talk about. That's why we spent an hour talking about bullshit. But yeah, maybe we can just bullshit again. I don't know. How many days in a row are we? I want to get to 30. I want to get to 30 days in a row. Let me see how many that'll take. How many days in a row? I'm not getting sushi. I don't want it. Let's see. Let's see. When did I first start? 21st, 2019. Okay, October 19th. So, fuck. I'd have to go till next Wednesday in a row to keep it as a month. Shit. That's still in the international break. Fuck me. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do a month. Um, yeah, that might not happen. But we'll see. Either way, big up. Appreciate you hanging out. I'm out of here. I gotta go eat and do something else with my life. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. Liverpool still suck. There was no civil war, and I've yet to hear a single good reason as to why this manager should stay. Wait. Fuck, I almost forgot. I didn't start it because I was late. Hang on. As always, we are going to end with the way that we usually begin, but we didn't do it with the way that we began. We didn't begin the stream with this today because our colon gave us an unexpected appointment. So we were 10 minutes late, but just in time.
All right, Gold Member. Don't play the laughing boy. There are only two things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
What?
Had to play it once. Didn't get to play it yet. Big up, people. I'm out of here. Take care.